So from the center line of this ruche, I will take my waist divide by 2 on this side, my waist divide by 2 on this side. So the waist I'm working with is 36, divide by 2 is 18. So in other words, on the floor line I have my full waist, and on the hem I have my waist divide by 4. You can see I share them half. So next I'm going to do is to come in with my ruler, and I'm going to connect from that point. Can you see that? I make something like we like call it a triangle. Okay, so you can see that, and this becomes my ruche. Okay, so now this is it. I'm going to cut. So if you are working with 60 inches fabric, it all depends on what you want anyway. Alright, so this is your ruche right now. So all you need to do is to sew your crinoline, okay, like the one we saw right there, that is there on the screen. There's a crinoline attached to it. So to blend up your ruche and give it more beautiful effects, as I'm seeing right there on the screen, this is what I'm going to do. Remember, I'm working with paper, so if you are marking this out on your fabric, please ensure you use your chalk line to do this on your fabric. Okay, so now I'm going to get if my waist is 17, that is my front length is 17, I'll place that 17 on this line, and I'll come down by to my hip. Okay, let me assume this is my hip, for example. If this is my hip line and this is my waistline, I'll just come like this and connect that ruche on my fabric like this. So on this part of the ruche, you are going to sew your crinoline. You sew in your crinoline, finish it up nicely. As you can see on that screen, there's a crinoline attached to that particular ruche. So when it comes to designs like this, you need to be creative. You can create and you can recreate. So now I'm cutting. This is how you are going to cut on your fabric after marking this out with your chalk line. You can decide to run the crinoline. You can decide to sew the crinoline if you wish to the down piece of this dress, okay, but it might give a coily effect, so you can just stop right here. So this is what your ruche looks like. So all you are going to do now to this is to gather. You can gather, you can pleat, you can gather, you can pleat. Can you see that? So once this is gathered and pleated, on that point that you are seeing on the thumbnail right here, it gives you that beautiful ruche, and this part falls, and you have the crinoline part, and you have this part, everything falling in place accordingly. So ruche like this can come in different forms. It can come like a triangle, it can come like a squared form. It's just something you attach to, you know, cause or give that flow train effect to your dress. Okay, so this is how to go about it, and I believe you learned a lot from this tutorial, so you can give this a try. So you bring in your half scale bodies now, attach your ruche and your skirts, sew them together, and you have this, you know, this is pepper and it's already looking very beautiful. With your crinoline on this part, it gives that fluffy beautiful effect. So this is exactly the shape of your ruche that you are going to cut on your fabric. If you wish to make this on paper and place on your fabric, that is also good. I love to make my patterns on paper, no matter how big or how large. I'll keep adding my paper, make sure I have what I want on my paper, then I'll spread out my fabric and place on top of it and cut to have that desired effect. All right, people, so thank you very much for coming once again. So another thing you can do, if you want to place a line into this ruche and turn it Some people do that. Okay, instead of having it as one piece, you can also have 2 pieces of this, stitch together, open up this part, turn it and give it a good press. Sew your crinoline so the back effect looks neat and nice. Some people also use the hemming gum to hem. You can also use hemming gum, neatly hemming, you know, the back of it. Some people also use the weaving machine. You can search around it. Okay, depends, you can play with it. Okay, whichever one that gives you a better result, you can go for it. All right, people, so thank you very much for coming once again, and I believe you learned a lot. So I want to do something before we end up this tutorial. On these sharp edges, simply come up by 1 inch on your rush. Come in by 1 inch. Then you can now blend up. Okay, you can blend up, as you can see. So I blend up to the center line to avoid sharp edges. You can see that. Then I'll quickly trim off. So like I earlier said, if you are doing this on fabric, you are using your chalk to mark this out on your fabric after you have cut. So this is it, and that is your beautiful wrist. So I believe you learned a lot once again. So if you are new to this channel, please kindly subscribe, turn on your notification bell to receive videos like this every day. Like this video, share to family and friends, and drop your comments on the comment section and your suggestions as well. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next one. Bye.